Well, some sobering news for beer drinkers in WA. Perth has outranked London and New York when it comes to the price of beer and can claim the priciest beer in the country. According to cost of living comparison website expatistan.com, the average price for a pint of draft beer in WA is $9.47. That's almost $3 more than Sydney and nearly $2 more than Melbourne. So why do we pay more? Well, Bradley Woods from the Australian Hotels Association joins us this morning to explain. Bradley, thank you very much for joining us. Nearly $3 more than Sydney. Why is that? Well,
Libby, there's a number of factors to it. I think primarily Western Australia doesn't have any major breweries here anymore. They're all located on the east coast. The last ones closed last year. We've got enormous freight charges. We don't have poker machines in WA, which do substantially subsidise the cost of beer on the east coast. And unfortunately, gas, electricity and other utility charges continue to rise in WA.
So how can you explain the 500% markup above bottle shop prices on some of the popular bottled beers?
So when you look at the takeaway price of a very cheap carton of beer, say at a discount supermarket chain at $40 a carton, and compare it to an on-premise draft price, there's an enormous difference in the sense that a pub or a bar has a lot of labour costs, has a lot of costs of the building, the cleaning charges. All of those factors add up to millions and millions of dollars a year, which are all part of the cost of delivering food and beverage. But who really wants to sit at home by themselves and drink a beer on their own when you can be doing it in a great atmospheric pub in WA?
And Bradley, finally, would it make any price difference if pokies were allowed into WA pubs?
Well, I'm sure it would make a substantial price difference, particularly given the examples on the East Coast, if hotels and pubs and clubs in WA had poker machines. But the legislation in WA is not going to change. The casino has a lifetime monopoly on gaming, and the government's made it very clear they're not going to put poker machines into hotels and clubs in Western Australia.
OK, thank you very much for your time this morning. Bradley Woods from the Australian Hotels Association.
Thanks, Libby.